Hi, my name's Mia and I'm a youth ambassador at the Social Enterprise Attentive, and today I'm joined by another youth ambassador, Wiz, and we're going to be being taught by our mentor, Montel, how to think like a chess master. So I'll pass it over to Montel.
Hi ladies, how are you two?
Good, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through a typical game that I might play, and what would be going through my mind whilst I'm playing a game. Okay, the first thing I would think of is, who am I playing against? It could be somebody that I'm playing for the first time, or it could be somebody who I think is quite an aggressive player, very attacking player, or more of a defensive player. Is it a person who would take risk, or they wouldn't take risk? Is it a person who would have a plan, or a person who would like to castle early, or maybe castle off about between 8 and 12 moves? So what I'm going to do now is show you a typical opening. On this opening, what I could have done is I could have done the King's Gambit, which would be moving this pawn up next. But because they've moved here, what a lot of players would do is they would take, if I take the pawn, the black pawn, the queen would come out. What is one of the things I've mentioned to you guys in terms of what are the golden rules? Mia, can you remember any?
In terms of like the queen, you've kind of said don't bring the queen out too early unless you really need to.
Absolutely. Okay. So what I'll be thinking here is, do they know it's not a good idea to bring your queen out early? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Let me work out if they do or not. So I'll take it. Now, I'll be thinking, could bring out bishop, could bring out knight, could move up a pawn, or a few people will think, well, they've taken my pawn, I'm going to take their pawn. So they brought their queen out. So because they're going to bring the queen out early, I'm going to attack it. I'll attack the queen with a knight. Now the queen is going to move. It may move back, or it may move back to D, C, or F squares. One of the squares that it may move to, which is probably the more common one, over here. They tend to move over here, depending upon who the player. Let's assume they move to A5. My next move would perhaps be to move up my pawn. Why do you think I would want to move up my pawn?
There's quite an easy line up to the top now, and that's like a good opportunity for pawn promotion, I guess.
It's more of, I want to try to control these squares in the middle. Now, obviously, we both swapped up one. So now I've got one up here. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be attacking the queen, but I'm going to do it in a way that they don't actually realize. Okay. But they've got a variety of moves they can make. They may bring up the knight, may bring up the bishop, or may bring up that knight. Or they might try and castle. I'm not really sure what they're going to do at this stage. Okay. In this time, they brought out their knight. Okay. And I think, great. Brought out their knight, because maybe they want to attack this pawn. But they're probably going to bring out another piece to attack the pawn with. Either move the queen to here, or here. Well, they won't move to here, because they'll get taken by the knight. May move the queen. Okay. Or they may try and bring out another piece, one of these two, to attack that. Try and control in these squares. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pin that. And I'm going to try and trap the queen. I'll bring my bishop over here. Okay. Now, the queen is not in any danger at the moment, is she? Because she can escape to here, can escape to here. They've still got two squares that they can move in. The knight can't move because it's pinned to the king. So what will they do next? They might try and kick away my bishop by putting that here. Or they might bring down their bishop to here to protect my queen. If they did, I'll just move up that pawn. And then that's just a waste of a move for them because they'll have to move it back. Okay? More likely, they want to develop pieces. So in this case, they've got both knights up, so they want to develop their knights. I want to be developing my pieces too and attacking the queen. I'll put my bishop here. So that's almost like it's going to attack the queen when I move that knight. Okay. So from here, I'll be thinking, what would my opponent do? Will they bring down the bishop, because they can still do that? They won't come here, okay? But they might try and castle by either moving that or moving that pawn. In this occasion, they move that. So because they're going to move here, it looks to me like they're probably going to castle. So I'm going to move my queen up here. Or I'll move up my knight. If I move my knight here, if I move my queen here, that can't take anyway because it's pinned. Okay. So I'll probably bring out my knight. Okay. Then my opponent might move down their knight. Okay. Then what I would do from here is I would bring out my queen. Why do you think I would bring up my queen today? Wait, any ideas? What do you think I'm trying to do?
Let's see if you're trying to attack. I mean, I'd save the knight, but there's already another knight.
Well, the reason why I'm not going to attack the knight, by the knight on g4, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could still attack it from here by just moving that, couldn't I? I could just move that.
Mm.
So the reason why I'm moving that here is because I'm eyeing this square here.
Oh yeah.
So if I move my knight to here, I think they're going to castle.
Mm-hmm.
And if they put that bishop here, okay, on g7, they are attacking my pawn with two pieces. Now that one can't move anywhere because it's pinned. But I move here because I'm putting pressure upon that square. Now quite a few times the opponent would think that square is covered by the knight, forgetting that it's actually pinned. They think the queen can move here to attack that. And if it moves here, it's forking two pawns. But the queen's not going to take that pawn because my knight would just take it back. That can't take it because, again, it's pinned. Queen can't take that, it's pinned by the knight. So if they move here, I'll just move my rook to here. Yeah. So in this move, they move the bishop to here. What would that do? What would the bishop do here on g7? Mia?
Like what would it do as its next move?
Yeah. What is it threatening to do? What is
It's threatening
to do now? What can it do?
It could go for that pawn, or if it comes further down, it's threatening the other bishop as well. But like right now, it's threatening that pawn. That it's being defended by the knight, but still, like if it comes down and gets rid of that, then
Absolutely. So the bishop is attacking that. It's allowing the king to castle. Okay. And then the queen can probably move here next move. So what do you think my next move could be? Have a think, Wiz. Ask Mia what you think I should do next. Like white and his white to move.
Wait, do you need to say what I think you should do?
Yeah, if you were white. If you were me, if you were white.
Right. I'm thinking about actually. I was thinking about moving my knight.
Which one?
The one on C.
The one you're white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one on F or the one on C, yeah?
Yeah, the one on C. Because I can't move the one on F because...
The one on C, where would you move the knight to?
I would move it to D5.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, like simply to attack. Really. I mean, it would threaten the pawn that is literally in front of the king.
Very good. What you do? Move to here. Mia, what is that doing?
Well, it's threatening that pawn, like we said. So like that's quite a good square to be going for, and it's kind of adding to the attack that the queen was already kind of putting on it. So now there's like a line of defense for like if one of them was to go to attack that pawn, there's a defense there.
Exactly. Now, I mentioned earlier on that I was secretly looking to capture the queen, the black queen. Where can black queen move to?
It can't really, can it?
It can't move anywhere, can it?
Oh no.
So what I've done here is I've done what's called a double attack. If they go to defend the queen, checkmate, game over.
That was quick.
Because as we said, the queen comes up and takes the pawn. Okay, so say the queen tries to escape. Can't escape anywhere anyway, can it? If it takes that pawn, it's taken by the queen. So they can sacrifice the queen by taking the bishop, or they can take that call check, then king take, and that's still under threat here. So in this particular situation, can you see how devastating that move is?
Yeah.
And this because I would be thinking that my opponent is a medium player. So they're not really aggressive. They're fairly defensive. They know what to do. They know they should be castling. But because they weren't very aggressive in attacking me, I wasn't attacking them for the first few moves, was I? But now with a move up to here to d5, that's causing all sorts of problems, isn't it? What can black do next? What would you do if you were black? With
Right. Wait, with the knight being on the 5, right?
Yeah.
So that. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I wouldn't move the queen. Of course, she's just gonna stay there. Thinking. Probably take out the bishop. Actually, no, I could castle.
yeah. So both of those two are reasonable options. One, that bishop to here.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other bishop actually, but
Where would you put this bishop?
I would put it on.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, Mia. So Wiz has gone here, right?
Mhm.
I go check,
Oh yeah.
and the pawn can't take it.
Yeah.
That's not going to work, is it?
Yeah, and it's threatening the king as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, what else would you do? Why didn't do that? Mia, what would you do?
I would just castle.
Yeah, it could be worth just castling to kind of do that, but I don't know. You could
I can
kind of
take it, then knight take.
yeah.
So let me take the queen first of all, then the knight goes that way. Now, so what would you do if you were black?
Probably take back, like try and get even a little bit.
And then I take that pawn. And what would you do next? Well, you have to move the king. The king can only move one place. And the king has to move here. Okay. And then they're in quite a bit of trouble, aren't they? And then I would move. I would want to attack that pawn. Can't move here because of the knight. Although I wouldn't really mind because I'm ahead in points. Okay. But let me think about how I can come around here. So I would want my queen to be over here. So let me go here first of all, because I'm quite an attacking player. I'm attacking that square now and attacking the knight. And then I want my queen over here. I'm going to play the game over here. I'm not going to worry about that. That's not going to move anywhere. That might move down. But over here, that's where the action's going to be. I'm going to leave that there until you move that. You're not going to move it yet, because if you go here, what I'm going to do is I am going to move my queen. Probably, because what they might be thinking about doing is if they get the bishop off onto here, onto the d7 square, the two rooks are linked. Then they'll be trying to pin my knight with my king in front of my queen. Okay. So after they've moved, I'm going to castle. Okay. Then if they do move the bishop, okay, I will. They'll probably move this knight. Okay. So I would assume the next move is likely to be knight move. Maybe here, because they're not going to move here. They'll get taken by the pawn. Not going to move here. They might move back. They'll probably move to one of these two. My thinking is the knight will move to one of these two. If they do, I'll bring my queen up. But before I do, I'll castle, because I know they're going to move that bishop. Then they're going to try and come over here. So can you see that I'm trying to think ahead? What's going to happen? Yeah?
Yeah.
So in this situation, let's assume the knight moves to there. Then I'll castle. By castling, they would no longer have that pin. So I can then make it take another piece. Okay? They're not going to move the bishop to there. They might move it to here. They might move it to here. Might move it to here. Okay, here they would attack the queen. Let's say they put the bishop to there and attacking the queen. Okay, I'll just move the pawn up, and then they would move that back. They don't want to move to here because then my knight will take. Okay, they don't want to move back here because my knight will take. They don't want to move that back there. Okay, I'll be thinking, right, I want to get around here. But what black will probably do is move its pawn up here. Move the pawn here and try and get my knight to go away. Now, if they try to get my knight to go away, shall I move? Shall I go here, for example? Okay. And then exchange. Now, I'm up in points. So I'm thinking I should use my advantage and exchange pieces off the board. So knight or bishop, they need to be exchanged. Because I've got a queen and they don't have a queen. We've both got two rooks. The rooks are not very active at the moment. Okay. If I put the pawn here, they'll take because they've got two pieces on it. I'm not going to do that right away. But I'm thinking about then moving that up here. What would I do next? Where can I put my knight? So bearing that in mind, what would you do next, Mia? Being white.
If I was white?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's difficult because you don't want to like sort of let your knight stray too far away from the that situation in the corner. Potentially the other bishop. Move that bishop.
Move the bishop to where? You mean the bishop on B? B5?
Yeah, because I don't really want to do anything in particular with the knights. I don't think I would, because they're obviously sort of in the like attacking like approach at the minute. So I'd want to bring another piece over, but I don't really know where.
Wait, what would you do? What can you think of?
Well, as Mia said, I would have moved the knight either. I don't know. I just feel like they should just stay there, just in case. But I think thinking about. I was thinking about moving the bishop as well.
Okay. You don't know where to, or have you got an idea?
I'll probably move it to. Thinking like actually, I was gonna say G4. F5.
To where?
Oh wait, am I white?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just looking at the. No, I'm just looking from the blacks. I would move the bishop to D7.
If you move to D7, you get taken by the black bishop.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I would do is I would take that, because I know I'm up in points. Okay, so I can afford the exchange, and I want to strip away the defense from around king. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is take these away. So they've taken me, then my queen can come here.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit closer. Okay, then I'll probably move down my bishop to here, putting a bit of pressure on. They may move over here. Okay, but that's okay. It's not going to bother me to begin with. So let's assume that black moves there. Then what I would do is I would think about moving either here or here. Now, if I move to the F square, I have to just remember that I need to have an escape route for my pieces. Okay, so if I move to the F square, it may put the rook back, and then I'd have to retreat. Where can I retreat? So can't retreat here, can't go there, can't go there. Okay, but I can go back to where I came from. That's one option. I can't go here because the knight will take. Can I go here? No, pawn will take. Can I go here? No, knight will take. Can I go here? No, knight will take. Can I go here? Not a good idea, because the knight moves and bishop is threatening the queen. What I'll probably do, come here. Now at the moment, that is being defended by the knight. Okay. Now what they'll probably do is take that, but what I don't want to do is get them to take it straight away. Because if I move here, they'll just take that for free. Okay. I don't want them to take it for free, because I want something for my money, don't I? Okay. So what I'll be thinking about is maybe put something here to defend it. Then when I move, they won't take it, but they'll probably put that here. But that's okay. Let them think about weakening their defenses. So I'll move here to begin with. That would be my next move. Okay. So what do you think black would do next? Mia?
If it's still kind of about weakening the defense, potentially just sort of try and take some more like pieces from them so that they're not as strong. But I'm just not really sure which ones. Like,
okay. So good point, Mia. Good thinking. So one that you might want to do, if you move your bishop to here, you lose your knight. So the bishop can't move, can it? Okay. You may want to move your knight across to try and bring over more reinforcements. Okay. Now the knight can't go here, can't go here. It can probably come here. Or maybe you can put the rook over here to attack that pawn. Let's assume that did move here, that pawn. I could move here. Okay. Well, let me think about if I move that up 2 and then 1, knight will take. I don't want to do that. At the moment, I'm okay with the pressure on here. That's not going to move. That's not going to move. I can't move there. They can't really move anyway, can they? Because I'm putting them down, like I bring in more reinforcements to join in the attack. I will probably bring up a pawn that you take, or you move that out of the way, and then double stack my 2 rook, and also bring that into play over here, putting pressure on that square. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. But just before I do that, what happens quite a lot in these games is players sometimes make a mistake, don't they? Can you see a mistake that black might have done in this move? Which?
What was the last move again? Because I was just
They
following.
move this bishop to here. So if I move that back, if black's move, they move that there to threaten that piece, to try and get me to move that, then they can take my queen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were thinking. But instead, what they've done is they've moved that to attack that. But I think, oh, maybe I'm considering all my possible moves. That can move there, that can move, 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 that can move. And then think, oh, I can do something. Can you see it?
Isn't there like checkmate in the next like couple of moves? I can't tell if it would be or not.
Yeah, it would be checkmate, yes. Okay.
Or just check, because you could move the queen up.
Yeah, well, the next move, where would you move the queen? So what are you thinking there?
I'm just trying to think in terms of like sort of what the defense
so the next
is.
move, take the rook.
Because those rooks are the main thing, like threatening, stopping like checkmate at the minute.
Yeah, they are. And then really from this position, they aren't going to go very far, are they? Because they're too far down. Because when they go here, obviously I'll go here. Okay, I'm going to move that. Obviously, that takes pawn takes. I take the pawn. Okay, then I'm going to be calling check. Okay, we've got a rook that can take that rook. So that comes here, calls check. Then they've lost that. That will take me. Then I'll take that. Then they would have to resign. Okay. So at the moment, that's been defended, and that's been defended. They've hardly got any more pieces over here. Nobody can move anywhere, apart from that pawn. They might want to move the pawn twice, okay? Or they might want to move the knight, okay? What I would do next is I'll go check. Now, they can't move here. They have to move here. I take this. Then that's forced to take me. Okay. I take them back, defending the knight at the same time. Okay. So now you can see they've already got any defense left, haven't they? Okay. I've got another rook, which I'm going to bring into play. So in this position, if they wanted to play on and they didn't want to resign, okay, it will probably go something like this. They'll go here. I'll bring the rook across to here. Okay. It can probably go to that square, but obviously I know the knight is guarding it. So I'll probably put it to this square. Okay. And then I'll be moving that to here to call check again. Okay. Now they're quite stuck, aren't they? So usually in this position, black would resign. There's no way these two could fight against these three. Okay. How did you find that? Wait, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I think it was really good. I mean, like all of the tactics, and I mean, to be honest, you did have a really strong opening anyways. I was paying attention to that, and I feel like you just balance like both like attacking and defending at the same time. It's not that you overdid one of them, which I thought was really good. That's something that I need to learn to do because I only defend. So yeah. And yeah, I think it's really intense actually. I tried like
There's a lot of thinking going on there, isn't it?
yeah, especially because you were thinking ahead of like everything, and then you just consider all of your options and like the possible consequences and stuff. Yeah.
Mia, what did you think?
It was good. I mean, like, it's interesting, like, sort of seeing one person play both sides, because it shows how much you actually have to consider. Like, you would have to do that when you're playing against another person, even though they're making all the decisions. You need to like pre-anticipate everything, like, all the time, and kind of make sure.
Absolutely. And if you notice that sometimes when newer people play, and you've probably done this yourselves, if you often think about, I don't know where to move next. Okay. But if you notice when I play like I'm both people, don't I?
Mm.
Okay? And I make an assumption, what moves are they likely to do? If they're an aggressive player, they'll do A, B, C. If they're not aggressive, they'll do 1, 2, 3, for example. Okay? And then they'll move somewhere. And I think, oh, okay, they've done that, so I'm going to do this. Now, what will they do with that move? I'm going to try and get them in a fork or a pin, or try and get out my minor pieces, or I'm going to go after the queen. So I knew very early on in this game, I'm going to hunt down the queen and take the queen. And once you took the queen, this game is going to be my game all day, isn't it? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this particular tutorial now. And Mia, can you send us another link, and we'll do it again. I'll do a shorter one, and then you two can play.
Yeah, cool.